beginning, it attacks diagonally. It can go on space afterwards. If it reaches the end, can choose whatever piece you want. Rooks go straight diagonal, sideways. Bishops diagonal. Like just chess.
Yeah.
League of Legends is the same way. Now, what you're basically telling me, what you did on Talia, is that I just told you that Rook, but you're playing her like a pawn. Okay?
Hmm.
That's why I say you played her like shit. Not that your win rate was garbage. Not that your KDA was terrible or you couldn't CS at all. I'm
Hmm.
saying that Talia's job as a champion was not fulfilled by you.
Yeah. Well, like initially when I picked her up, I had the mindset where I can more or less push and roam, right? Like that's uh, in my perspective, that's what she does. In other than create pressure in lane because she's actually not shit in lane either, right? And what ended up happening, like at first I had some pretty good success, doing some either like level 3 roam or even pre after 6 roam or whatever. But then I ended up kind of regressing to like a state where I just sit in lane too much until I get to level 6, and then if something happens before the after that time, I feel like kind of shit. Plus, I don't think I was very good at managing the grounding aspect of Talia.
Okay. So what this conversation just told me is that the reason why you do okay on Lux, but your Talia wasn't as strong, is because you don't know how to lane properly. Now, when I say you don't know how to lane properly, I don't mean that you're garbage in every single aspect. It means that you're lactal to make up laning. Laning isn't just CSing, Laning is not just trading and CSing. There's tons of different components. Early vision control, lane positioning, as you said, grounding positioning. These are all different things that Talia need to utilize that Lux does not.
Yeah.
When we watch this Lux game, what's going to happen is that we're going to pinpoint things that only Lux needs to improve on. Vayne needs to improve on dueling, micro, and Draven is not like that. Neither is Jhin. Neither is Tristana. These champions are different, much like how Talia is different from Lux. So the reason why people say don't play Yasuo is because it's just so mechanically intensive that it's just way too hard to learn. However, if we take Talia, for example, yes, her mechanics are pretty challenging, but they're not impossible for a bronze player. Many champions have skill shots, and obviously you don't have an issue with skill shots because you're playing Lux.
Hmm.
So skill shots aren't the debilitation that you're experiencing with Talia.
Yeah.
What you're actually experiencing is your weakness as a player. I am a support main. When
Hmm.
I play Vayne, I can't get to Masters, obviously. My mechanics are just not there as Vayne. That's why I avoid playing Vayne. When I play other champions in the AD carry role, Stana, Jhin, yeah, I play a lot better than I would on Vayne. But that's not important. What we're going to focus on here is the macro. I am a really, really, really bad Thresh player.
Hmm.
Thresh used to be one of my mains, but I stopped because I'm so bad at him. I'm so bad at Thresh, but I'm really, really good at Janna. I play a stronger aggro on Janna. I play better passively on Janna. Everything I do on Janna is just better than she has a lower skill ceiling. All of that is a part of it. It's because I understand that my strengths as a player complement Janna, much as the color red complements black.
Okay.
Your weaknesses are shown when you play Talia. So this is going to go against the grain, but on one of your accounts, play Talia. Not
Gotcha.
because you're going to win. You're actually going to lose a lot.
Yeah.
But this allows us to see what can you improve on. Get one aspect of your laning, of your mid lane, to be really good.
Hmm.
We're trying to get all aspects of your mid lane to be good.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Eventually, once one of your aspects gets really good, all of your other aspects are going to fail. and you'll get launched into this weird situation where you don't know how to improve. That's why some like Diamond 1 players will be like, I just don't know what to do anymore. Actually, I had a Diamond 4 top laner message me. His name is Poro, about how he felt like he can get better at anything. He says, I mean, besides lane matchups and mechanics and farming and trading and team fighting, what else can I get improved on? And I asked him, do you do those perfectly? He said no. And there you have it. Because he's really good at only playing Ornn. So everything else is not good.
Yeah.
So I started up a rabbit. You can go ahead and join.
How do I join?
So you can just click it, and then it'll pull you. It'll put you in a room.
Okay, let me see.
It's the same thing that we used a few months ago.
Yeah. Let me see if it loads.
Great. It contains content from Sony Music Entertainment. It's not available in my country.
Oh, it's not available in your country?
No.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Maybe I can play it on my own browser. And let me see. I don't know if it's just this virtual machine.
Yeah,
or
because
it's everything.
I know.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay. Shit. Mikey. Okay. Okay. Well, I didn't know what the fucking music shit. I know there's another game, maybe a different one.
Yeah.
That's unlucky. Yeah, cause I seen that when I got an email about that. Like, I'm in Canada, so I don't know if
I knew it.
well, I am in Canada. Didn't I tell you?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I tried.
Wait, actually, yeah, I remember because you, Dal, and John all hung out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if there's another replay, we can just take a look at that one.
I only uploaded 2, so that this is the second one.
Okay.
So,
So let's see if this one works out.
I'll be so sad if it doesn't.
It's alright if it doesn't.
Still trying to access the Reddit. So how do I?
Okay, it works.
Okay. Now sign in. I have to sign in. Do I have an account?
You should be able to just join. If it said that the room is locked, you can try
Oh,
again.
it tells me to log in. I have to log in, don't I? Or no?
I don't think so. Pretty sure you could join as guest.
Really? Oh. Let me try again. And while that's loading, it says you need a Rabbit account to join this
Okay,
room.
fine. I guess you do have to sign in.
Damn. I think I might have one. If
Alright.
I just don't know.
So,
the password.
Talia is obviously not Lux. Talia is not Siege. She's not Artillery. She's in no way, shape, or form a mobile mage made to cut people off, flank, surprise, and abuse mispositioning. Lux is obviously self-explanatory and just an artillery mage. She's meant to catch people out and cause massive AoE damage. Now, the difference is that in the earlier stages of the game, Lux is in a 2v2 with her jungler and, you know, like every other melee matchup. For Talia, she's like in a 4v4. She's responsible to help the jungler establish control in the enemy jungle. She is really good at pushing forward in the game and pushing forward through terrain. Like either you're taking down towers or you're falling behind on the map. She is really bad at stalemate fights because of the grounding effect.
Yeah. And especially like fighting in the jungle and shit like that too.
Right. Lux, on the other hand, excels very, very well at artillery sieging enemy towers and stalemate fights. She is really bad at retreating. There are a few instances where you can successfully retreat as her and still cause a lot of havoc, assuming you have vision control. That's where the gameplay goes. These two champions exercise different traits. What this tells me is that you're pretty good at pressing buttons. You're really bad at is where you have to press buttons.
Is where
That's dumbing it down a lot, but I'm saying that your overall mechanics are fine. They're okay.
yeah.
What you do with them is lacking. Let's go ahead and start it up, and
Okay.
we'll watch.
Okay.
You're against the Galio lane. It's a pretty brain dead lane. You're not going to really do much, but you can poke him out in the early stages. Galio has a lot of MR, it has shields, etc. Make it very hard for you. If you notice, Nunu versus Master Yi is your jungle matchup, which is actually not that bad. Nunu will pretty much dumpster Yi pretty much up until 6, where Yi then ignores the slow. Nunu is a champion that will inherently invade, right? Because he wants to be an asshole. He wants to make the enemy champions as useless as he is.
Yeah.
So he will inherently invade. What you want to do then is understand that 1, Galio is a melee matchup, and 2, you can poke him out early because he doesn't have the necessary MR to stop you. Now I'll pause for a second and explain. Yeah, I just gave you the basics of this lane, but you can expand it further.
Yeah.
When I tell you something like that, you want to understand the pattern, and in League of Legends, everything has a pattern. I told you that Galio is melee,
Yeah.
and he doesn't have the necessary MR early. That means you can push up and support Nunu's invade. That means you can push it to other areas. Zed, Talon, Galio, are all Riven even are all melee matchups where you could play a little bit more forward in the early game and push them out and
Okay.
poke them and harass them. Okay?
Here's the part where I always have issues with those like Zed, Fizz, some of those matchups where they have a strong level 3 power spike. Like when I push up like that, I leave myself like pretty susceptible to getting like harassed all in and all that other shit. Like, what can I do to, like, should I just like ward or something like?
There is a finite amount of actions champions can take. If you get too close, Zed can either W you and combo you and then go back to his shadow and try to kill you, or he can W you and combo you and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Or he can do nothing.
Yeah.
Choices. It's up to you to decide which one is more beneficial to him. The most beneficial thing he's going to do is probably going to be his decision. Act accordingly. If you get too close to Zed, which you shouldn't because your E range is fucking massive, and it's undodgeable too unless you have scripts, and no one can script now. And Fizz has super long CD on his Trickster,
Yeah, it's like 20 seconds or something.
and very low range. The thing is, Fizz sucks versus Lux pre-6. He doesn't have a Q. Why?
He doesn't have a Q?
Yeah, he doesn't have a Q. He can't put a skill point in it.
Oh. Cuz he puts probably I don't know what Fizzes usually start on as their first time, probably either W
Typically,
or
you
E.
start your E.
Yeah, it's either W or E or something like that. And then at level 3 you would have Q is what I'm assuming.
No, he wouldn't. Why? Use your knowledge about Lux and what her abilities do, and tell me why Fizz doesn't have a Q.
Okay. So if Fizz Qs, then I can get a free Q on him.
Right. So that's what we learned right now. Because Fizz relies on going a straight torpedo line, you have a guaranteed Q.
Yeah.
He cannot realistically kill you at level 3. He cannot 100 you. You have healer barrier, you have prismatic barrier, you have an extra damage on him. If he uses his E aggressively, that is 18 seconds of time where he has to commit to you.
Yeah.
He will not win that fight. Your barrier and prismatic barrier will suck in an auto of damage and the entirety of his E. That's not going to do anything. He's going to die. The further he chases you, the farther he has to go.
Yeah.
That's why pre-6, Fizz doesn't have a level 3. He doesn't have a level 4. He doesn't have a level 5. The time you have to be careful is when Fizz reaches either Sheen or if he's going Zanya's, if like he's against Zed, and he's level 6 and has Ignite. That's when you got to be careful. Lux is not a champion that can easily dodge the giant fish. So the way that you deal with the giant fish at level 6 is either by utilizing stopwatch.
Yeah. Which is
by
getting
creating a
which is getting
situation.
nerfed next patch.
Right. Or by utilizing your range to create a situation where you can clearly see the fish coming.
Yeah.
If you can see the fish coming, you can either one sidestep it, because landing a long range fish is not as easy as it looks against a competent opponent.
Yeah.
And if he misses that, he can never kill you again. He's back to his pre-6 scenario where he has to wait for the fish. And at rank 1 ulti, 140, that's a long time to be useless against Lux. That, or you can push out the wave because Fizz has very weak wave clear early on, and then look to just roam or back for more mana and AP. That's what you could do. Against somebody like Zed, Zed will always appear behind you when he ultis. Because of this reason, Zed does not have an ultimate. The only way he has an ultimate is if you mistime your Q. Yes, sure, literally, even if you land a snare, he can still kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. However, that in and of itself gives you a chance to outplay him. You have to be able to avoid situations where you're like, wow, I'm dead. You should know. If you're level 1 and Mastery is level 6, you're not going to fight him, right?
Yeah.
Fucking obvious. But it isn't to a new player. And because you're like a low mid-tier player, mid-low player, what'll happen is what's obvious for me to avoid is not so obvious for you to avoid.
Yeah.
In those situations, die. Do your best and die. After you die, reevaluate why the hell you died.
Yeah.
What you just did with Fizz's Q and Lux's Q about how you can utilize it against Fizz is just thinking. And when you can think, you can avoid situations again. The only time history can repeat is if you don't learn from it.
Yeah.
That's it. Ideally, you should only have to burn your hand on the stove once for you to realize, wow, that's fucking hot, dude. I'm not going to touch that. Bronze 5 players at like 2-3K games, they keep touching it. And they're like, shit, it's fucking hot. My team, it's so bad. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Melee champs are really strong when they're close range.
Yeah.
Avoid being close range if possible, or create a situation where if they do go melee, it's risky. Maybe you have control and they don't know where the jungler is. Maybe you're baiting for the jungler and you're letting them try to kill you. Maybe you have stopwatch and you're just baiting it out so you can, pop them later. There's tons of different ways that you can go about it. You are not forced to lane. Even when I was Diamond 3 or Diamond 1, I felt forced to kill myself against like Zed. Later on, I recognized that that's not the case.
What the fuck, dude? Oh my god.
Wait, what?
Okay. You see him TP, electrocute, sorcerer, he's trolling. Wonderful. This is pretty free lane for you. There's nothing he can really do. Nuno has immediate control of the jungle because of this, okay?
Okay. See, like for me, I never had I don't know. I always seem to try to like whenever I play Lux at the moment is I try to have the wave in a position where I'm not going to get ganked early, even though I know it's mastery. It's mastery. So like
what you just told me is that you close your shop on 10 a.m. even though no one's going to come at 10 a.m. So there is a chance a customer could come at 10 a.m., all right? There's never a never.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you just ward properly? Look at your jungler. You see Nunu? He already warded the red, right? Mastery's not going to gank you with that red. What happens if he ganks you with that red?
Well, then he can. Well, no,
just walk away.
Yeah.
That's it, right? So it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
So let's say he does gank you, and you're like, shit! You walk away, and he wastes his time. Nunu goes up and chomps his red. Done. Easy.
Yeah.
You don't need to avoid things that aren't going to shit on you.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Because I always have like that. I don't know. It's probably like not the worst, but it's probably not the best either. Where I have
Yeah,
I'm
you don't want to
more
do that
like
because it limits your opportunity.
where, well, yeah, it's kind of like where, okay, well, I'm just gonna like play safe and poke him down and kind of have a wave in my area where I'm not gonna get killed at all, even though I'm not going to get killed anyways, right?
Right.
If it was like a like Lee Sin or something, then it could be a little bit more understandable.
Yeah, no, that's totally right. For my interactions with you, I recognize that you have the ability to use your brain,
Yeah,
but
like
it seems like you're just afraid of getting shit on because you got shit on before. Probably by level 3 game, you're like, "Wow, it's fucking broken, dude. I gotta avoid that." I got
it's something like that. It's kind of like one of the big things for me, for my mentality wise, is just like it's kind of like when you do bad, when you're like say 3-9, right? It's like, well,
Right.
I don't want to avoid that situation, so therefore, I'm gonna play super safe or something like that, right? Not to
Okay.
the not to the point where I'm a KDA player, but like to the point where I just kind of like it creates like me to tilt due to me dying. You know, if you
Mhm.
ever see my games, not like when even in that Caitlyn game, right? That a few months ago, like I did bad or something, and then I ended up just being like AFK typing and shit like that, right? Remember that time?
Right.
So. Not saying that I'm assuming that this might not happen. I think it happens a little bit, but not to that same extent. But like, it's kind of like the things that frustrates me is if I do poorly, it's like I don't know. I don't know how to react to that situation correctly. So I know that like at the start of the season it was a lot different because I just kind of like as long as I'm doing good, even if I lose the game, if I'm like 16-5 or whatever, then and if I fucking lose the game, then just move on, right? But if I'm
Mhm.
like 1-9, it feels like twice as bad because
Okay.
it's my
So
own fault.
you have something called a big bully moral compass. All right. Now, have you ever met somebody who really believes something even though it's fucking wrong?
Like believe something,
Yeah, they really believe something. Something.
like it.
Either they're not stupid, they're not hard stuck, something, and you know they're fucking delusional.
Okay, yeah, like aliens or some
This is a
shit.
big bully moral compass. What this big bully moral compass is essentially they believe something that a higher authority told them. When I was younger, my mom told me never to talk to strangers. The next day, I talked to a stranger. I don't have a big bully moral compass. I don't listen to anyone else in my life. I'm hella rebellious. Some people are not like that.
Mm-hmm.
Much like you, not that you have a moral compass, but you have a learning compass like this. You have a big bully learning compass where
Mm-hmm.
if somebody smacks your ass, you immediately leave. Whether that be a higher rank, shits on you on the enemy team, or flames the fuck out of you and they kind of make sense to you. You believe what they say. They don't
Yeah,
question it.
yeah.
That's
So,
a lot of people today with news. They see a headline, they're like, wow, what a true statement. I'm going to tweet all my friends about how cancer, it doesn't make sense. You don't want to do this because it doesn't teach you anything. Learning happens through questioning. Questions are good. When I was in school, my teachers always told me to ask questions. Obviously, I never asked questions because that would hurt my pride. But my 14-year-old pride should have asked questions. It was
yeah,
important, and you need to ask questions. If you get shit on at level 3, you shouldn't go, all right, between 4 minutes and 7 minutes, I'm in a nuclear bunker. Good luck. Say that. You want to think, why did I get shit on? Was it because I wasn't playing so safely? Can I play safely against only that champion? Is it other champions that could do the same to me? I just ask you if Master Yi Gangsteel level 3 without bread buff, and it's obviously it's fucking warded, what's gonna happen? You're just like, I'm gonna walk out.
yeah,
But what if we didn't go over that? What if you played another game and you were against Master Yi, and I see you AFKing at tower, you're like, oh shit, he's gonna gank me. It doesn't make sense, right? So
yeah,
one thing that I want you to work on is getting away from that mindset and learning intricate things. I don't want you to learn that a rook will shit on a pawn, okay? Because that's what you just learned.
yeah, yeah.
What I want you to learn is that if the pawn moves properly, they can outmaneuver the rook.
Okay.
That not in all scenarios do you have to play super safe.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
not in all scenarios are you going to lose, okay?
All right, gotcha.
All right, I'm trying to... One sec. Okay. So, the fucking login. All right. Here we go. Finally, we're gonna get in game.
Mhm.
Okay, so I went over this with you. No, wait, no, I didn't. You're an ADC player. Now you're not. I didn't go over this with you, but I'm going over
But
this.
you're gonna tell me I got hit by an easy Q because he was gonna hit the mini backline minions anyways.
Okay. I'm not.
All right. Okay.
But you were close.
Okay.
So my thing is you're a ranged champion, okay?
Mhm.
Tell me what's the difference between a ranged champion and a non-ranged champion?
One's ranged, one's not.
Okay, like that's obvious. Technically.
Are you talking about like my position where my champion is correlation to him?
No, I'm talking to you about a ranged champion. What's the difference between a ranged champion and a melee champion? Spell it out for me. I have never played video games in my life.
Okay, I have ranged auto attacks and ranged abilities.
Okay, so you can attack from a distance.
Yes.
So, let's say that the minions are getting closer to your tower. Does it matter? Do you really care?
No.
Not? You can still attack the minions wherever you are, right?
Yeah.
Because you're a ranged champion.
Yeah.
If the minions are under your tower, is Galio able to safely walk up and start beating the shit out of it?
No.
So what happens when you attack minions in the first wave?
What happens when I attack minions in the first wave?
Yep.
It
As brain dead explanation as you can tell me, treat me.
it pushes
You like
toward pushes towards the other side.
So we just went over about how you don't want it to be, pushing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But now you're pushing. I didn't tell you anything new. All I did was just ask you questions, and you gave me the answers that were in your noggin, right?
Mhm.
So
What?
why don't you do things that you were contradicting yourself here?
I mean, like, well, I wanted to. I don't know.
Take your time.
I mean, like, maybe like a general standpoint would be like, if I could. Well, I don't know if I have an exact answer.
It's okay.
Well, I never really planned for this.
Just think about it. Take your time.
I didn't plan for this. I guess
You didn't plan for what?
I didn't plan anything. So,
You didn't plan anything.
That's the answer.
So you just paid like 18 Canadian dollars, dude. That's like a pizza. Okay.
No, it's like $25.
It's okay. Oh, fuck. 20, dude. That's like 2 pizzas.
Yeah, I paid
For me to sit here and tell you, you didn't think.
That's yes.
You see?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to downplay you or make you seem like you're stupid, because I know we just got over that hurdle. We recognize that you're not stupid. You just told me how to counter Fizz at level 3, your own question, by the way, how to counter Fizz at level 3, and how to shit on melee matchups. We know you can think, but
Yeah.
you didn't think.
Yeah. Well, like, what I do in a game in the past, what I said like probably like 30 minutes ago, like I didn't go over every particular VOD and kind of like correlate to that specific.
But didn't I explain to you that what we talked about is
Mhm.
applicable to everything?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
everything in League of Legends has a pattern.
yeah.
What you need to do if you want to learn quick and efficiently is take something and then make it a pattern.
Okay.
Infinity Edge is 3,400 gold. Dagger is 300 gold.
300.
Based on
Oh,
this,
sure.
I'm going to give you a gold value, and you're going to give me some stats that the item might have. 400.
400.
Yeah, an item is 400 gold. What stats might I have?
Is ruby crystal? It's like 150 HP.
Okay, what other stats?
Is it only 150 HP?
What other stats? Oh, I'm talking like give me stats that a 400 gold item might have.
Like another item.
Yeah, just completely. You can have 2 stats. You can have 3. Fuck, you can put 5 in. Or what stats would a 400 gold item have?
Probably like you could probably get like boots and a red trinket.
I'm gonna kill you.
That's
You.
that's 375.
Stats. I'm not saying. Okay, you're not thinking outside the box. You're thinking about what the game tells you. I want you to make up an item, and its stats, but it costs 400.
Oh.
Ever did Pythagorean's theorem? I'm giving you the C squared. I want the A squared play. You heard of Pythagorean's theorem? I thought you were in college.
No, I heard about it. It's been a long time since I fucking used
It's
that
been a
shit,
long
though.
time. Are you 50?
Yeah.
Okay, anyways, it's a theory where you can find one side of the triangle if you have the other two. A squared plus C squared will always equal C squared. So, I mean, that's true, right?
Yeah.
4 plus 4 is going to equal 8.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, you are thinking, I want you to think Pythagorean's theorem. You're trying to get numbers that you already know, basically saying, all right, C squared, I'm giving you a value for C squared, and you're like, okay, well, 4 years ago, back in geometry, I had a problem that I don't want that. Think of something new. An item has 400 gold value. Give me some stats.
Dorn's ring.
No!
Okay, you mean the actual stats?
Stats! What else do I mean by stats? Attributes, characteristics?
Alright.
Stats!
Okay. 20 AP.
20 AP.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
Another stat line.
20 movement speed.
Okay, that's fine. How about 800 gold?
800 gold. A blasting wand. Roughly.
No!
Alright. Okay, 40 AP, roughly.
Okay, more stats. I'll give you an example. 5 AD, 100 HP, 13 armor. You could expect that of an item that has 800 gold worth.
Yeah. Like 15 spell pen.
Okay, cool. How about 4,000? This is harder.
4,000.
4,000 gold. An item is worth 4,000 gold.
Like 80 AD, 20% crit, 10% CDR, roughly.
So you think an item that costs 4,000 gold is going to have 10% CDR, some crit, and 80?
Well, like around there. I'm not 100%.
Okay.
I'm not 100% Like I'm not a fucking.
That's fair.
Not a.
I'm just making I'm just clarifying. So yeah, okay, that's fair. Here's another example: team percent movement speed, 80 AP, 15 magic penetration, 20 AD, and a unique passive would fit in a 4,000 gold item. The issue with your stat line is that you are not using your patterns. What does Infinity Edge, Morellonomicon, Zanya's, fucking Warmogs have in common? That Ruby Crystal, Longsword, Dagger, Dagger, Longsword, Ruby Crystal, Cloth Armor does not have.
They only take up one slot.
All items that I just listed take up one slot, Breast. How many slots does Infinity Edge take
Okay,
up?
alright. They all build components into one thing.
Okay, that's one. Okay, keep going. More differences.
They have a unique passive.
Bam! You did it. Notice how in mine I put a unique passive, but in yours you just list out stats.
Well, I was being specific. I didn't know
So
how you wanted me
now
to do it.
now we just recognize correlating patterns. Okay.
Okay.
I told you that Infinity Edge has a unique passive and Triforce has a unique passive. From there, maybe all items have a unique all expensive items above 3,000 gold have a unique passive, right?
Mhm.
That's a fair assumption to make.
Mhm.
Now, as you go on through League of Legends, you're gonna get proven wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe an item gets released where it doesn't have a unique passive. Then you learn all items but this one. Do you see how you can expand your knowledge?
Mhm.
That's what we want to do. We don't want inbox thinking. We don't want to learn from other people only. We don't want to only think tangible. We want to be able to challenge ourselves, to be able to think for ourselves. There was a list of things about why people are stuck in a certain elo. In gold, one, either people don't play enough, or two, they're not trying to get good at one thing and okay at the others.
Mhm.
I played Vayne. My mechanics back in Season 3 were really good in comparison to other gold players, so I climbed on Vayne. Would I recommend somebody who has shim on Vayne? No, absolutely not. But my click champion was Vayne, and if your click champion is Lux, we have to exercise things that Lux is going to be good at while maintaining your other values to be average or adequate.
Yeah.
To do that, you need to know what your values are without having to pay $50,000 to Last Shadow to tell you to play Garen and Max Q. That should not be what you get.
Yeah.
So, number one is correlating patterns, and we're gonna keep looking back at this and try to exercise this. If you die, think, why did I die? Don't just go, we're getting attacked at level 3 every single game, I'm gonna play back. Don't do that.
Okay.
Try to play up. If you say, like, I don't think he can really kill me if he ganked anyways, I'm just gonna play up because I know I can win this matchup. And you die, you learned.
Okay.
I guess he can kill me after all. What the fuck? Or you can be like, I could have played that better.
Yeah.
And so if you put yourself in that situation again and you can't get out no matter what you do, you're like, okay, maybe he's just better than me. All right, I'm just not going to do that. It's fine.
Yeah, like maybe in a scenario where I miss Q for some fucking reason.
Right.
And then
Ever had a 0-12 ADC or top lane or anyone?
Yeah, I've had
Those son of a bitches keep running at them.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing when you're playing safe every game. It doesn't look like it because you are not dying.
Yeah. But I'm playing
Equal opportunities, exactly. That's what we want to avoid. Don't do the same thing over and over when it doesn't fucking work.
Gotcha.
Alright.
Yeah.
What we want to focus on in gold is gaining a lead and keeping. Oh no, fuck it. We're just gonna say gaining a lead for now. Our goal is to every game gain a lead in our lane, no matter what. Even
Okay.
if we lose, even if you lose it later on, even if you throw. Our goal right now, and everything we're going to talk about is going to revolve around you gaining a lead. Nothing else is important. Not your CSing, nothing else.
Define
Unless your CS is
define
relevant.
define gaining a lead. Like killing him, being 15
That's
CS,
the thing.
being 15 CS on him.
It doesn't matter, does it?
Alright. But I'm
You
just
can win a war in multiple ways.
yeah,
Gaining lead means being ahead.
in some
Well, that
form.
means economically, whatever it is.
Okay.
Okay, so you're attacking. Number one rule about Lux early game with her E usage is that if you're not gonna auto attack after, your E's not worth it. Now for this one, it's fine because you had mana flow ban proc.
Are you talking about on champions?
Yes, if
Okay.
you're gonna cast E, you need to be able to follow it up with an auto. Let's say Galio pushed up right here to auto.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can launch your E right behind him, and as he tries to get away, you can catch up and launch your auto in midair, and then pop your E. It's a guaranteed. Okay, you know how to do that.
Wait, sorry, say that again?
So you launch your E, you cast your auto, and while your auto's in midair, proc your E.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen
So-
I've seen people do that before.
What that does is it keeps Galio in the slow zone as much as possible, enough for you to cast your Q as well. So you E, and then you shoot your Q and proc your E.
Oh, okay.
That'll immediately proc your E passive into your Q passive. So
Wait.
at level 1, that's what you want to do.
Wait, I know that's sorry. Can you? I know that's. I don't want to. I'm not trying to
You
trigger you.
cast your E,
Yeah, yeah.
so you throw out your fucking ball of light and wipe it on their face.
Yeah.
Then you cast your auto.
Okay.
After you cast your auto, as you proc your E, you cast your Q.
Oh.
There is a lingering slow field for Lux. When you
Yeah.
just press your E, that doesn't mean everyone go, oh, we can get out of here. No, there's a lingering slow field, because what happens with Lux's E is if you look on the debuff bar, it refreshes every second you're in there. Okay,
Oh, okay.
it's kind of like Karthus' Defile. If you notice, Karthus' Defile isn't it doesn't go like 1 to 100 over like 1 second.
Is the file the?
It goes
the
200.
the
Yeah,
slow?
it's the E where it goes like, "Roar," and then it damages AOE.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Same thing with that. Like Anivia's ulti is another good example, right?
Mm-hmm.
That if you just walk out of Anivia's ulti, sometimes you still have that lingering slow. Because the debuff. So what you want to do is you want to keep that debuff on as long as possible to let your Q actually hit easier.
Okay. But like
So-
in some cases though, like I've had it happen in the past where I used to play up a lot on Lux, and they can just retaliate depending on, like, obviously it's level 1 Galio and he's already used his ability, so it's probably on cooldown, so it'd be okay in this scenario. But like in a different scenario when it's like that Fizz or Zed example, where they
So-
can get an easy shadow and then just Q me and eat, and then it's just like.
Here's the thing. I basically said, all right, you have a sniper, okay? I want you to distance. And you're like, okay. And then you start running at them close range. You're like, ah, yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
You don't want to do that. There's an
Yeah.
effective range for everything. If it's Fizz, and you cast your E, and it's level 1.
Yeah, then
not gonna go on
then he's not gonna do anything. Yeah.
If it's level 3, and you cast your E, and he tries to Q to you, what are you going to do? You Q him, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Because he can go in a straight line. A smart Fizz would E over your Q.
Yeah.
Then you're fucked. Sorry, like you just put yourself in a shit situation. But when that time happens, you're gonna learn, and you're not gonna put yourself in that dumb situation or spot again.
Yeah.
But in this case, for example, it's a gold Fizz. He wants to Q. He's hovering. He's thinking, I'm gonna Q this faggot, and then you just Q, and he's like, no camera play, and then you like harass him. Done.
Yeah.
Easy. With Zed, it's a little trickier.
Yeah.
When you E, it has to be from a distance.
It has to
Now-
be.
In the early game, when you EZ, he just kind of stares at you and you're like, dude, you just hit me for like 30 HP, so like, okay. And then you like launch 7 more E's at him and he pops pot once. Not worth it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, following rule number 1, if you can't auto them without putting yourself in danger, it's probably not worth it to harass them with E.
Okay. But if I use E to wave clear, then that
That's okay.
wouldn't I just also give them an opportunity to trade with me as well?
Kind of.
right? Because it's
The
like
thing
it's like an
is-
it's like an 8-second cooldown.
The thing is, like, that's like saying that as long as Tristana uses her E, you can trade with her. Not necessarily. She still has other abilities. You know, W especially. But as long as you have your Q, they can never fully trade with you. When you lose your E, you lose retaliation, but that doesn't mean they can kill you.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
long
yeah,
as you
yeah.
keep your Q.
Yeah, exactly.
So rule of thumb I often immobile champions like Lux is if you have more than one ability at your arsenal, make sure you have at least one ability in your arsenal. If it's Aurelion Soul, typically try to keep Q or R. If it's Talia, try to keep W or E. You don't want to use all unless you're going to back off right after, and then or you're going to do massive damage to them or kill them. Those are the kind of like the options. That's why casting Q every time is Lux, you have to back off.
Yeah,
Because that is your time you should cast Q is if you know they're fucking garbage, they're not going to harass back at you, or it's just Discord message here.
Mm-hmm.
Or you're going to kill them.
Okay. Oh wow, the quality is just so.
Here's another thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what we just talked about is your E usage. I see that my minions are attacking this one and this one, okay? You procced it pretty early, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I would do, or what I think you should have done. Is you see that these minions are not low, but he's auto-attacking, right?
Mm-hmm.
What you could do is you could launch your E over here and chase them with auto attacks until these minions get low enough to where your E will one-shot them. See how if you waited just a second, Galio would have been hit by your E and auto. Your E would have wiped out at least one of the two minions. As of now, all you got are the minions.
Yeah. Instead of like the additional damage to
Yes.
Galio itself.
So you should have waited a little bit. Here's another one. You're pushing into him and you got nothing. That CS would have been had even if you didn't E.
Yeah.
See how you cast your E constantly?
Mm-hmm.
If you use Q, can Galio kill you?
If I use Q, no.
Okay, then you can play more up and play aggressively without Eing from a distance like this, see? No damage. You casted something like 4 E's this game. This is the damage output. Not worth it.
Yeah.
In fact, he did more damage in 2 Qs in the entire game than you did in like 4 E's. Not worth. You didn't have to CS for it. You didn't have to cast it to avoid a gank. You missed the CS again because of it. 2 CS because of it. Didn't line up your E at all, your Q at all, because you didn't have an E slow to work off of. Okay, that trade was pretty okay. He shouldn't have gone on you, but you traded back pretty well. You should have a lot more mana, or he should have a lot less health in this situation. This is just not understanding, like, lane dueling, right? Which is a key integral part of Talia. How you use your spells dictate whether or not you're going to get shit on as Talia. That's something that we can work on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I'm also like incredibly terrible at fucking CSing under turret.
That's okay. Something to work on. It took me, like, years before I got good at it. And you can totally practice it, too.
Yeah.
By having a friend just constantly shove waves into you, by playing, like, a Nivea or something, you can practice that.
I tried bots, but the bots actually just fucking focus.
Yeah, they...
They just want to fucking kill your ass. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
When instead of.
Okay. You didn't have to cast it to CS, right?
No.
It's the same thing. The only times you should use abilities is when you have to use it. A pretty good tip. I don't remember where I heard it from, but he said, try to avoid using your abilities in lane if you can.
I mean, like, if you can use your abilities to do damage to the enemy laner, then it's probably not that bad.
Yeah, but you're not.
to the fullest extent, right? Other than spamming my E's, right, or whatever.
Yeah. You didn't need to use about 90% of your E's, and the 10% of your E's that you should have used or you did use ended up getting like half efficiency. Right about your W. See, too late. The moment he crashes into you and he's charging up his taunt, you toss out your prismatic barrier. Reason is that he's going to auto attack you right afterwards,
Yeah. Why is the quad?
which that your initial prismatic will absorb, and then by the time it comes back, any other autos or the lingering Q damage will be absorbed by that.
Mm-hmm. The quality
Right now, oh yeah, that's kind of buffering. It's ticking. I don't know.
Oh,
It's not being out, but it's all right.
unlucky. Turn it to maybe 480.
Yeah.
You need a bit of internet.
Yeah, I know. I have terrible internet. When I move out, internet's gonna be the first number one thing that I want. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just okay. There we go.
Holy shit.
What is going on? Okay, it's not. I think it's the VM server. Why does that load fast? Okay, Q usage, right?
Yeah.
So, our first step to gaining a lead is going to be through proper champion utilization. What I mean by that is you need to know why your abilities are used. Q roots, right? It's a guaranteed E and R as well. So unless you're gonna get a guaranteed Q, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now there are very niche times where you could in lane or just in general, but for the general rule of thumb, if you Q, it's because you're gonna follow up on it with something.
Okay. So
With
kind
W,
of like don't throw your Qs randomly too much.
Yeah, the same way as you don't throw your E's randomly, you have to think about what your E's can be used for in lane, and what the best value of it is. When you watch your own replay, you want to think like, did my decision there benefit me? How did it positively benefit you? If you have to play mental gymnastics for you to be like, yeah, you know what, that was a really good decision, it's probably not a good decision.
Yeah.
So in the case of your E's, then they weren't good decisions. That's the biggest thing that I see right now in the early game stage. Like I said, you have the right idea, your movements are fine, but you lack the cohesion of your abilities having point. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
2 pots? That's fine. You only need one pot because Galio is not going to be able to kill you. So you could have gone a control ward and then control warded.
Yeah.
And Galio can't challenge that because he's melee.
Yeah. I just thought, hey, you know what? I took a lot of fucking damage. Maybe.
Yeah, right.
That's.
Do you see what I mean by the linear thinking and not thinking out of the box?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of fixing what you can, you just react to what happens.
Yeah.
If you get an F on the test, so you drop it. You don't think like maybe my studying habits could be a bit better. You're just like, fuck this class, fuck that teacher, and you leave. You don't want to do that.
Yeah. You don't want
That
to.
could have been control ward, and then you could have had like bot lane control. You could put it in the brush. There's a lot of things you could do. Another useless E. That was a pretty easy Q you could have landed if you had your E, and you should have had your E. Good Q there. You see how you did that? Now, good prismatic barrier, but then you get shit on. So, how could you avoid that? Is E range really longer than Lux's spell range?
What's that?
Is Galio's E range longer than Lux's spell range?
I don't think. No, it's not.
It's not. He's fucking melee. There's no way it's gonna happen.
Yeah. And here I'm
His
already.
Q range is very, very low too.
already
But
using
you're
full
putting
pots.
yourself, yeah, you're putting yourself in situations where it's not worthwhile. See, you run into him. Yeah, that's stopwatch. You can cast your prismatic barrier here towards Nunu, so you can secure a assist if he happens to grab the kill, just to make sure you get it. But if you use your
This is. I'm gonna die here. I already know that. Rengar is missing, and because I overstay, I fucking die.
It just got pinged. You have stopwatch as well, so you actually shouldn't die from this.
And then he's gonna just jump.
Oh my god. Okay, you get pinged. He ults. The moment you see him, just. Okay.
I think even if I stopwatch in that point, like I'm dead anyways.
You're not, because he would have died.
Oh.
What you should have done is when you Q and you stopwatch, right? He's
Oh,
snared
like-
under tower.
Oh, like throw. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So you saw him, like, he wasn't smart. He came from the fucking side. Turret vision radius for invisible units is 1,000 range. That's plenty of time. So you throw your Q out, and just as he jumped, during this time he snared on the tower, so he has to, one, either use savagery to get the fuck away, and then try to kill you right after, or two, die. That's it.
Yeah.
And there's no promise he would have guaranteed landed any bolas or Qs on you. He might have missed. So your chance of survival was far higher if you used your item. Here, that's something to write down.
Like item usage or something.
Utilizing tools. I gave you a gun and everyone's fighting with knives and you just went with a fucking switch knife and you're like, let's go! And then you died. This is called natural selection. I learned this in biology in 9th grade. Refillable pot. Okay, not a bad choice. You did what you can. Ideally, for Lux's second back, you buy Sork shoes.
Sorcerers.
Which is why... Yeah, which is why this sucks. Lux is with magic penetration early on. Her AP scaling, she doesn't get enough AP to make use of her scaling. But against a champion like... Oh my goodness. Okay. That's something to work with predictions. You should always be analyzing an enemy's movements.
Okay, so how do
He just got hit by a tower shot, right? Mm-hmm. Is he really gonna go, oh, better go back into tower range? His one idea is he needs to leave it. So he could do is you always proc your E the immediate moment it lands. Hover that E. If you hover that E, he's slowed and can be like, let me see where he's gonna go. Is he just gonna outplay himself?
Okay. So just hold on to the E until he gets on.
Yeah.
Until he gets out of.
He's in the middle of it. He's not gonna do anything, right? And if he happens to be charging E, he steps backwards, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's when you can proc as he gets away. Okay, you E again, which is alright because you can push in, but you have to have a reason for pushing in. Are you gonna go ward? Are you avoiding getting shoved in? You just use your Q.
It's probably just avoiding getting shoved in, if anything.
So he shoves you in. You're scared of farming in a tower.
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you he's the most unsafe when you're under your tower?
Yeah, but then it's like a Nunu, right? So it's not like...
The unsafety is not because of Nunu. The unsafety is because anyone could be coming mid. Thresh, Zaya, Urgot, all three, all four. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't respect that, the time where he should have respected it, the reason why Nunu's not coming to your lane is because you're just shoving out. You haven't made a single roam because you didn't take the lead early.
The leaderly?
Yeah, you could have taken the leader. Like, why'd you ult that?
I probably was,
You-
it's probably because I was gonna base. And it's not just because I've seen it. It's usually an idea. Sometimes. If I want it back because I'm low. No, I didn't.
Whoa!
Okay, that never usually happens, but that's a shitty. I was so mad. I was like, yeah.
Oh my god. Oh.
Okay,
Are you colorblind?
this no, I'm not. And
Then you had no excuse to click that yellow shoes. There's no excuse. Nashers, alright, you're pushing it, but if you want to go Power of Evil on me, I understand. No to Berserkers.
no, I honestly that is like probably the first time that's actually ever happened. And
Also, let's play a game here, okay? So you bought the controller and you take it back. It's now your third. We're going to see how long it takes for you to actually use it. Okay, let's take lots. When do you think you're gonna use it? How many minutes? I bet that you're gonna use it at now. Okay. Clear out a bunch of nothing. That's good word though. That's good word placement. Do it faster.
Okay.
They're taking bot lane. Good ulti. Very good ulti. You're clearing it very well. Smart. Now, are you doing a lot of damage to this?
Not really.
The minions are doing more damage than you. What you could do is you could leave Sift up top and see what you could do for your team.
Okay.
Have you noticed you haven't even fucking looked at your team? What items does Aya have?
Okay. I've been told this before. Like, I personally have an issue with using F keys. Like,
You don't need to use F keys, dude.
Okay, I think I told I used to have I have like a mouse with two buttons, where I used to have it where it was like I had top lane was like I think that's F2, and then bot lane was like 4, right? And I usually had it bound to my mouse, but now I don't do that.
You don't need to use F keys. The reason why I'm saying that is because I know you haven't looked at your minimap. Have you looked at your minimap?
Yeah, I used my minimap. I just don't.
Yeah.
I haven't actually like physically clicked on different areas outside my lane. If that's what you're saying.
So you haven't hit tab. You haven't seen what I'm hitting, but you're telling me that you looked at the minimap. What information did the minimap give you?
Tells you where the locations of the guys are, but
Yeah?
it doesn't
Well,
give you.
Obviously, didn't help too much against Rengar, did it?
I guess not.
You weren't looking at your minimap, or if you do look at your minimap, it's when you based,
Yeah.
because that's the same shit that I used to do.
Yeah. Here's another question. Does the resolution of my, like, I don't know how you play or other people play, and I know this is more personal preference, if anything. It would be the generic answer, but do you ever play on like a windowed mode where it's like a smaller resolution in order
Yup.
to have
Yes, I do.
to see so you don't have to like look down and all that other shit?
The reason why I play on windowed mode is because I have to play ADC because ADCs are broken. So I have to move my mouse a smaller distance in order to gain more ground without increasing my DPI.
Without increasing your DPI.
Yeah. So if I want to go from my champion to behind me, I move the same amount
Oh, I see.
by going windowed without having to mouse sensitivity. I'm
Oh,
gonna use the restroom. We'll sec for your beat.
okay.
Okay, so, but yeah, resolution not important. It's just you literally just have to get in the habit. So let me
Like, would you recommend it or not? Or...
do the settings that you like.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll watch for like another 3 minutes, and that's all we need for now. I don't want to send you off with way too much.
Mm-hmm.
Good cue. Why are you scared? I saw you running away. Why are you scared?
I probably seen him. I don't know. I thought he was. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I probably was like, oh shit, he's gonna charge me or something.
Isn't that a good thing?
Probably.
Or don't you want him to charge you
Yeah,
in this situation?
yeah, I guess so. Cause I guess he can't
So-
kill me.
You need to have dynamic thinking. You have instinctual thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. We want to make it to where you're like, huh, this situation is different than this situation. Just because you ask your girlfriend for a blowjob doesn't mean you go down the street to the fucking nearest McDonald's and go, can I get a blowjob? No. Dynamic thinking. Your situation around you changes, so your decisions need to change.
Okay.
Okay, you are desperately trying to kill this Galio. It does not work out.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you had heal.
I do have heal.
You also had prismatic barrier.
Oh, you're saying because I didn't heal Nunu?
You didn't heal Nunu, you didn't prismatic barrier him. You just said fuck all.
Yeah.
Good dodge. Yeah. Oof. Okay, so instinctual thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's coming to me. I gotta get to base. All right, here's what a good player would have done. One, they wouldn't be in this situation, but two, yeah, Alistar comes from this side, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right here. Immediately, you should have been thinking about a way that would happen. You need to think, if someone comes behind me, what are they going to do? Hit tab, see what champ enemy... Okay, who's their AD carry?
No AD carry.
Who is their AD carry?
Oh, it's Zaya.
Okay, that's your AD carry. Who is the enemy team's AD carry?
I don't know.
Why not? I thought you looked at the mini map.
I didn't look at it now. I don't remember.
Ever in the...
No, I know.
Okay, give me a moment while you sort yourself out.
Well, I don't remember. I was paying attention to what you're telling me, right? Not the Israel or something. I think it's in Israel. Hello? Hello? Is it Tristana? Hello? Hello?
Alrighty. So, enemy team's AD carry. Who is it?
Is it...
You don't know.
Is it Tristana? I'm just throwing a guess.
You're throwing a guess to me about your own VOD.
Yeah, but like I said, I never reviewed it. It's like 2 weeks.
You don't need to review it. You played the game.
Well, I'm saying like I don't remember that.
Oh, it's been a while. All right,
Yeah,
no problem, man.
yeah. It's like February. It's a couple days ago.
Oh well, really? Told. So I think you need to go to a doctor if you can't remember what the fuck happened 2 days ago.
I know, dude. I have played a lot of fucking games, dude.
That's okay. That's fair. I get that.
If I played like 3 games, then yeah, I'd probably remember
Yeah.
it. But if I played
So-
like 12 games, then it's gonna be
I'm gonna
harder.
put you in this situation. You have the 2024 site ability here. What should you do?
I probably would instead. Maybe I would probably queue Galio instead of Alistar, so that way he's ready.
Okay, then what happens to you?
I get headbutt pulverized still, but maybe,
Headbutt pulverized into an Alistar E.
well then I'd flash it. At least I get flash, not fucking take full damage.
You're not allowed to use flash or stopwatch here.
Okay. Then what I would probably might have done is probably throw my Q at Alistair, and
You already
then
did that didn't work out. What
but then like
happened?
well I went in a direct. I went closer to Alistair.
Right, you did it. You're good. Do you see how reviewing your own VOD can give you that? You didn't need me for that, did you?
No.
No, you didn't need me for this. You could be platinum, and then I could start helping you. But right now, yeah, you're learning some stuff. But this mistake is like just a clear example of what you could do.
Mm-hmm.
Get away from Alistar, right?
Yeah.
The moment you saw him, you can run, but then throw your Q towards Alistar, then path towards the tower. Do you see?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like move away from Alistair, Q him,
Right.
so that way I'm not in range.
You didn't.
Yeah, I didn't
If
think.
anything, you should have healed before.
Yeah. I wasted both summons for no reason. I used heal like after I already got away safely. It was in.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
So we're gonna end it here for this, and then we're gonna go back over my notes that I just wrote. Number one is correlating patterns. I'm sure you got that. Our goal is to gain a lead. You got that. Champion utilization. You got that. What we're gonna talk about is one-step training. Right now, what I want you to do, you want to set a small goal for yourself. Every single
Game.
game, yeah. So let's say one game you want to work on always autoing right after you E or during your E, just landing an auto, proccing your passive,
Mm-hmm.
and keep doing that. I'm training myself in StarCraft 2. I'm following something called the staircase. I go with the most basic shit, and until I'm really, really good, until I'm challenger level with the basic shit, I don't move on to any more advanced shit.
You mean like keep making probes, making probes.
I can only mine minerals, and I can only attack move on the minimap. I can't look at battles. My next step is I can only mine minerals, and I can micro my units. I have to spend like a grandmaster, and I have to build my macro, my economy, as equivalent to a masters player.
Okay, so is that
The
kind of
same
like?
way, what I want you to do
Mm-hmm.
is set yourself a goal every game
Okay.
that you're going to land your e-autos like a challenger or a masters or a diamond player. And once you're comfortable enough to do that consistently, then add on, I want to look at the minimap every here and here seconds, every time it's pinged, until you will consistently do that. Then every time I CS or every time like I throw an ability or something, to the point where you get so addicted to looking at the minimap, it's just second nature.
Okay.
It's a step by step.
Yeah.
So the first three things I want you to do the step by step is auto E, utilizing flash, heal, and stopwatch. Well, actually, stopwatch isn't important. They're nerfing it. For now, stopwatch. And no useless E's. So game one, try to auto E. Maybe like round two, after you've played a few and you're comfortable with consistency, utilizing your summoners. Then afterwards, no
Useless.
useless E's, okay?
Useless E's is just by spamming my E's without autoing.
Yeah,
or...
spamming your E's without a purpose. We just went over that, right? You
Yeah.
told me what E's were useless. You know them, okay?
Okay.
So, this specific VOD, we're going to consider unfinished. Particularly to give you time to work on these few things. After you work on these few things, we're going to take the remaining time and say, fuck it, and then go to another VOD and we'll look at the early game for that one, once you get these three things down, okay?
Okay.
Alright, so maybe in a week and a half or 2 weeks, so you kind of play a lot of games. So like a week and a half, message
Yeah.
me again once you feel like you got these down, and then we'll look at it again, okay?
Okay. Sounds good, dude.
Alright, see you, dude. Hopefully that helped. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can just shoot me a DM.
I can. Yeah. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that.
Alright, no problem, man.
All right. Thanks.
Have-
I just looked. Okay. Huh. I'll copy this. Huh. Wait, what? Oh, you know why? Because it's... I'll just put coaching notes, and then I'll put it under. Burnt locks. And I'll save. And boom. Well, he knows I actually paid money to him, so I'm hoping that he didn't like. Who the fuck is this guy? So who the fuck is this dopamine guy? And he fucking leaves. Oh shit.